The night of October 13th, 2012, I experienced the most frightening sleep paralysis I have ever had. The encounter happened at 2:17 in the morning. I had woken up abruptly and couldn't seem to move. Having dealt with sleep paralysis before, I decided to try and wait it out, expecting simply to wake up or simply regain full consciousness. As I lay there, facing the television directly at the end of my bed by the wall, I felt as if I was being watched, and it was then I noticed two horrid eyes staring back at me from behind it. I suppose the entity knew I looked at it, because as soon as I fixed my gaze, it began to ask, "Can you see me?" repeatedly. I began praying in my head. This only made the entity louder. Its distorted, scratchy voice seemed to gargle each word as the volume of its voice increased. As it repeatedly began to question me, it appeared as if the eyes were drawing closer. As at this time, I felt as if there was a heavy pressure down on the end of the mattress. I felt wary. I knew I wasn't going to wake up. I could only pray that I would. So I challenged myself. Should I continue looking? Or should I simply just close my eyes and wish it away? That's when I made the mistake of closing my eyes. I remember hearing its voice, drawing closer now. "Can you see me? Can you see me?" It was then the voice started to fade out, and I slowly opened my eyes again. The eyes were gone. Then suddenly, with a quick jolt, I felt a cold hand grasp onto my ankles. It was then I felt myself quickly wake up and made aware again of our supposed reality. I really do hope this was an episode of sleep paralysis. I wouldn't like to think this could ever happen to me again. Unfortunately enough, it hasn't to this day. So I was 15 years old, living in North London, and moving into a new flat with my dad. After about 1 month of living there, I got weird vibes all the time. It first started when I got home from school. My dad was at work at the time. I went in the kitchen, and all of the drawers, oven and fridge doors were wide open. I paid no attention to it, and did not mention it to my dad. Other than that, not much else happened for a short while, until a few days later, I came home and heard a scratchy noise, and I followed it into my room. I expected my dad was in there. It turned out he wasn't. I then recognised the noise was coming from my closet, which I never really used. I opened up the closet door, and it was empty. The only thing worth noting was a thick black stain covering one corner. A few nights later, I had a horrible dream that I was stuck to my ceiling, as if something was holding me against it. It then progressed to pull me around and out into the living room. I could see my dad underneath me. I would scream out, attempting to yell for him, but no sound would come from my mouth. It was as if he could not hear or see me. And then I would wake up, super sweaty and scared out of my wits. These strange dreams became a regular occurrence. In another dream, I dreamt that I was in a dark space. It felt as though it was a very small room. I felt a very heavy pressure, which caused me to panic. I'd begin breathing erratically until I would suddenly awake by the cold sweat on my back, in my bed, and of course the scratching in my closet. I would run out of my room and continue to sleep in the lounge for the rest of the night. A few nights in a row, something was banging on the inside of my closet. I tried my best not to pay any attention. I'd keep myself by telling myself that it was a trapped bird fluttering its wings. I don't know why, but I did. Then a month later, during a cold, silent night, I woke up in a way I would never want to wake up again. I must have woke up around 3:30 by a sensation of the duvet pushing up, exposing my feet. Shortly after, I felt what I believed to be a cold hand on my ankle, followed by a tight grip around my throat, all at the same time making me unable to yell for help. My heart was beating fast, and I was sweating because my body was so very hot. I felt as if something was trying to drag me from my bed, and it was then the closet door swung open, making a loud bang. This went on for a good 30 seconds. I could not move a bone in my body, or even speak a word. Fortunately, my dad burst in, having heard the commotion. I woke up in the morning, in pain. My whole body was cramped up, and my ankle stung or burned, you could say. So I went into the bathroom and had a look. I had several 2 to 3 inch finger marks around my ankle and my neck. I pushed my bed against my closet, and I never moved it away. There were still nights I would hear the banging in my closet. Hey guys, this is Billy James from Night Terror Films. We hope you enjoyed that nightmare. There are many more to follow, so join the Night Terrors and subscribe. Just remember, the only thing worse than a nightmare is waking up.